Start by cutting up your chicken into small 1 centimetre sized pieces. One chicken breast will serve 2 people easily. Season with salt and pour over buttermilk. Place in the fridge for 1 hour, which will make our chicken really tender and juicy. Now get started on the seasoned flour. Into a baking dish, add plain flour, half a teaspoon of thyme, 2 teaspoons of paprika, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, half a teaspoon of dried basil, a third of a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of celery salt, half a teaspoon of mustard powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of white pepper. Mix together well and now coat your chicken. Drain off as much excess buttermilk as you can and coat all the sides until you have a nice even coating. Now heat up your vegetable oil to 180 degrees C or 350 F in a deep fryer or large saucepan. Deep fry in batches for 6 to 7 minutes or until golden brown. Drain on a paper towel and serve immediately. And now all we have to do is get 3 large potatoes, wash them and peel the skin. Thinly slice one side of the potato to create a flat surface to work on. Then cut across 1 centimetre widths. Stack them up using the flat side again and repeat the 1 centimetre cuts. Now into a pot of boiling water, place the potato chips in and cook for 5 minutes. Also add a half a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. For the seasoning mix, add 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 1 tablespoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of icing sugar and mix together. For the seasoned flour, add 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of turmeric. Pull out and drain the chips from the water, then coat in the flour. Carefully shake off the excess and get ready to fry. Place vegetable oil in a saucepan or a deep fryer, get it nice and hot and fry the chips for 5 to 6 minutes. You don't want them too dark though, as KFC chips are quite light in colour. Drain on a paper towel and season them while they're still hot. And now all we have to do is into a bowl, add paprika, thyme, ginger, garlic salt, basil leaves, oregano, celery salt, dried mustard, black pepper, white pepper, and salt. Add your buttermilk and mix around. Add the chicken pieces and coat well, and then leave to marinate in the fridge for 1 hour, but really, preferably, for 24 hours. For the flour mixture, add the exact herbs and spices in the same amounts. Mix well and coat that chicken in the flour. Oil up your pot and get it nice and hot. Fry it for 8 minutes, dry it on a paper towel, and you get stuck into those bad boys.
Hey guys, we are going to make the viral KFC chicken rice. First we got some chicken, wash rice, fry the rice with garlic and ginger just a bit. Cause this is what we do with Hainan Xifan. Then put your chicken pieces in. You want more dark meat because there's more fat, so you want pieces that have more fat content. Chicken stock in. Take out the chicken for a while for Asian finger trick. And then into the rice cooker it goes. And the rice. Ta-da! Your chicken on. A little bit of spring onion. Try. Not bad. Like Chick-fil-A.
Into a food processor, place 3 chicken breasts with the skin removed and off the bone. Add 1 egg and a half a teaspoon of salt. Pulse until you have a smooth mixture. Now place 1 cup of corn flour into a baking dish and then using wet hands, shape the chicken patty. Coat in the corn flour on both sides and put aside. For the batter, into a large bowl, add 1 cup of water, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a cup of corn flour and 1 cup of plain flour. Whisk until you have a smooth batter. Now coat the chicken patties in the batter. Place in the freezer for 1 to 2 hours into a deep fryer or large saucepan. Add canola oil and bring to 180 degrees Celsius and fry for 5 minutes. Then remove for 3 minutes and fry again for another 5 minutes. Drain and pat dry. Place down the chicken patty. On the crown, spoon over the special sauce and top with shredded iceberg lettuce. And now all we have to do is... So here's how you make McDonald's fries at home. Grab 3 large potatoes and using a mandolin with a chip slicer attachment, show those spuds no mercy. Or you can just use a knife. Now place them in cold water. This will release the excess starch and leave aside for 10 minutes. Remove the fries from the water and get rid of the starch. Now place the fries in hot water with 1 tablespoon of corn syrup, whisk to dissolve, and leave for 10 minutes to absorb the syrup. Now place on a towel and pat dry. Place into the fridge for 30 minutes to dry out. Meanwhile in that pot, get that oil nice and hot. Fry in batches, cooking twice each for 4 minutes. The second fry is worth it for that authentic flavour and golden colour, trust me. Salt bay those bad boys and serve. Into a saucepan over a low heat, add vegetable oil and sliced brown onion. Season with onion powder, which will intensify the onion flavour. Cook for 20 minutes over a low heat until soft, and then add brown sugar and balsamic vinegar. Cook for a further 10 minutes until the onions become thick and jammy. In a small saucepan over a medium heat, stir together the ketchup, brown sugar, Worcester sauce, vinegar, Tabasco, mustard powder, salt, and crushed garlic. Bring to a simmer, reduce slightly, and then remove from the heat and allow to cool. Meanwhile, cook your streaky bacon until it's almost crispy. You still want some juicy action going on with your bacon. To get that poached egg look like McDonald's has, simply crack the eggs into it, microwave for 1 minute or until cooked through, and remove. Place down the egg, bacon, grilled onions, a slice of matured cheddar, 1 slice of tomato, and finally hit it with that barbecue sauce on both the crown and the heel. Now,
McDonald's McNuggets. Start with that chicken breast. Go ahead and cut it up into little cubes, and we're gonna blend it in batches, and we're gonna pulse it. You could use a grinder if you have one, but I don't have one. I'm guessing a lot of you don't have one. You could use a blender, works just as good. Season the meat with a bunch of salt and pepper, and then the key to shaping your nuggets is to keep your hands wet so it doesn't stick to you. So you feel me? We made a few McDonald's shapes, and we went off with some dinosaurs, made a country, and look at that. I don't know what that is. Throw it into the freezer for like 2 hours. For the dry mix, we're going to go flour, cornstarch, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, mix it up. For the wet batter, we're going to go eggs, half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and whip that up. Then once your nuggets are hard, we're going to go dry, wet, and then leave on there. And then once you do that, you're going to heat up some oil. Once it bubbles around the stick, the wood, the chopstick, throw them into the oil. Make sure they don't stick to each other. Fry them for about 2 minutes each side. Take them out, and you got chicken McNuggets. Yes,
Hello friends, let's make Burger King's Oreo chocolate shake. And for this we need 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream. Add 4 to 5 ice cubes. 1 tablespoon of chocolate powder. Add some vanilla extract. Around 4 Oreo cookies. And also add 1 cup of milk. So friends, very yummy Burger King's Oreo chocolate shake is ready. Thank you for watching. Keep smiling. Have a good evening.
Start with that chicken thigh, pat it dry. Get them all in a bowl. Season them all with Tabasco, cayenne, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Mix it up until it looks just like that. 2 cups of flour, cayenne, paprika, cornstarch, salt, and pepper. Mix it up. That's the flour mix. 2 eggs. Buttermilk, want to mix that up. Pour that over the chicken. Mix up the chicken, get it in there, and let it sit. Then coat the chicken very well in the flour. Spicy mayonnaise, paprika, cayenne, Tabasco. Simple. Mix. Oil in. Check that it's hot enough. Has to be hot enough. You want to hear that noise. Chicken thigh, 5 to 6 minutes each side. Golden brown, and then flip. After that, take it out just like that. Toasted brioche bun, spicy mayonnaise both sides, pickles, that chicken, top it. Yes, Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Start with that chicken breast, and cut it into inch thick cubes. Approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now set it into a bowl and cover it in pickle juice. That's gonna be our brine. Now for the dredge, we're gonna use flour, cornstarch, panko breadcrumbs, a tablespoon of powdered sugar, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Egg wash is simple. A single egg, salt and pepper, whisk it. That's your egg wash. Then after at least 20 minutes, take the chicken out of the pickle juice and dry them. And then it goes egg wash, dredge, and repeat. Do that for all the pieces of chicken. Then get our oil ready. Fill it up about under halfway for the pan. and bring it up to heat. Check with the chopstick and throw them in. Remember, if the oil gets a little too crazy, you could always turn down the heat to bring it under control. Then get your paper towel lined plate ready. After 2-3 minutes each side, the chicken's good. Plate it up. Serve it with some fries and you got Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Yes,